Hey guys and girls, hope you guys having a great week. So E3 is nearly here, guys. It is less than a week away, and I'm back today with another Road to E3 video. This one today, guys, is actually going to focus on Square Enix, specifically their conference and what we can expect, what we already know, and what my predictions are. So this year, Square Enix are actually going to be taking Sony's slot in terms of their conference streaming time, as obviously Sony are going to be absent. So when can you actually check out Square Enix's conference? Well, the information is right here. So Square Enix haven't announced too much about some of the games that we can expect this year for them to showcase, except to say that it will be another exciting lineup of titles. That's very vague, so we don't know that much. But they have confirmed at least one game that is going to make an appearance at their conference this year, and that is Dying Light 2. So, of course, Dying Light 2 is by Techland. It was actually first unveiled last year at E3 2018. So we know that it's going to be launching at some point later this year. Maybe we could expect a full 2019 release. What do we know about the game? Well, we know it is set 15 years after the events of the first game, and it takes place in kind of like a modern dark age where humanity is trying to survive and settle in the midst of, this kind of like zombie apocalypse. So the first Dying Light game was incredibly popular and incredibly successful because it blended together this like zombie survival game as well as sort of incredible parkour, and it seems that Dying Light 2 is going to be offering even better gameplay and parkour than the first game. It looks really, really good. They have talked about how your decisions can actually affect the world that you live in, so you can make decisions about which human factions to side with, and you can make decisions during key sort of side missions and story points in the game, and that will actually impact the world and the environment around you, as well as all the NPCs and how they interact with each other and also how they interact with you. So the gameplay we got to see last year looked really intriguing, so I am hoping that we're going to get to see a lot more gameplay this year at Square Enix's conference. I'd really like to see more of the gameplay, more of the parkour. I want to see some of the different environments and the different zombies, and of course I want to see those choices that you make and how those affect consequences in the game. There are a couple of other games that we do know that Square Enix have got on the horizon. I think this year is going to be an incredibly strong year for Square Enix. They've got a couple of really good, exciting titles coming out. So obviously the new Marvel Avengers was confirmed. We did have an announcement trailer back in January 2017, but we haven't really heard much since then, except for some leaked details that have confirmed that the game is going to be at E3 this year. And we've received some leaked details about the gameplay, about the fact that it might have this kind of like Destiny style online cooperative nature where you can either play it through solo or actually play the evolving story through with a group of up to 4 friends. So it looks really, really cool. I want to see more gameplay. We don't know anything about how the gameplay is actually going to work. Is it a games as a service? How does that online world work? How does the story actually work? Which Avengers are we actually going to get to see? Which ones are going to be in the game? Are they going to be actual playable characters, or are they going to be NPCs? We really don't know much about it. So I am hoping that we're going to get a nice lengthy reveal, some gameplay, a little bit of a hint about the story and maybe which villains are going to be in there, and what we can expect to see. But yeah, Marvel Avengers is definitely a game that I'm super excited for. It'll be really cool. If you're a comic book fan or a Marvel fan, this game obviously is going to be on your horizon, and I'm very excited to see more. The other game I'm super excited about is Final Fantasy VII Remake. So Square Enix haven't confirmed anything that it's going to be at their conference. However, in a recent State of Play stream by PlayStation, by Sony, At the end of a short trailer, we did get a little snippet of information, and they basically said more information to come in June, see you in June. So the only place I can think they would be at Square Enix's conference, because obviously Sony are going to be absent this year, and they're not going to be there to actually showcase it. So it's got to be at Square Enix's conference. I really want to see gameplay. I want to see more gameplay. I want to see how the combat's going to work. Whether or not we're going to see different areas in the world, I don't know. Of course, the last hint that we had about Final Fantasy VII Remake was that it was going to be episodic in nature. So I'd like to see whether or not that is still the case, and will we get a rough launch window for when we can expect this game to come out. I hope we're going to get some kind of release date, or at least an idea of when we can actually expect it to come out and how big the game is going to be. The last game that we got some hints about was a very vague game that we know very little about, which is called Outriders. A new game debut, brief teaser trailer showed recently, and it basically showed a mysterious figure asleep in a cryo chamber with sort of red alarms sounding in the background. The figure then gasps and stares at the camera menacingly, and that's it. And then it cuts away and it ends. So we don't know anything about this game other than that it's called Outriders. So hopefully we'll get some kind of reveal. Maybe Square Enix will actually tell us what this game is, what we can expect from it. I would be really excited to hear more. Of course, I don't think it's likely we're going to hear anything about the next Deus Ex game, because obviously Crystal Dynamics and mostly Eidos Montreal are working on Marvel Avengers at the moment, and Eidos Montreal, of course, are the team that bought us Deus Ex. There won't be any Tomb Raider information because obviously we've had a Tomb Raider game last year, so it's very unlikely that we're going to get anything related to that. But I think those are the games that we're likely to see. So Dying Light 2, Marvel Avengers, Final Fantasy VII, and this new very mysterious Outriders. Those are the main games that I think we're likely to see at E3 this year. If I've missed any games out on this list that you can think of, that you think we're likely to see or that you would like to see at E3, please share those in the comment section below. Hope you guys are as excited about E3 as me. I can't wait to see what Square Enix have to offer, and I think this year their conference should be fairly exciting if we actually get to see some gameplay. But anyway, I hope you guys are having a great week. Take care, and as always, happy gaming. Bye guys.